Awesome. All right. Thank you again for agreeing to do this. And we touched on this a little bit before, but I always ask, have you ever had the human design reading before? Or what do you know about your human design?
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. I know I have my chart pulled. I know
Yeah.
that I am a 2-4 profile, emotional authority manifester. I know that
Awesome.
my strategy is to show up and to inform,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Awesome. Yeah. There's just so much general human design information out there. So sometimes
Yeah.
that's pretty much all it's,
Oh,
oh, what I
and to
see on
answer
social
your
media.
yeah, to answer your other question, I have not had a human design reading before, so this is new to me.
Oh, perfect. And I know you had said before we hit record that the things that you have heard or seen about your design, you're like, yep, that's me. That's me. And I,
Yes.
I love it.
Definitely interested in learning more about it because I'm like, okay, so far this is like way cooler than like just checking your daily horoscope, but it
Yes.
also kind of like lines up around that same vibe. I got to
Yes.
go deeper.
Yes, exactly. And then I know you have a business because that's how we connected
Mhm.
through like different business coaches. Can you share with me a little bit about what it is that what you do?
Yes, absolutely. So currently, I've been on a little hiatus
Okay.
from coaching, and I am actually in the process of getting ready to become a facilitator for microdosing as well as breath work. I'm looking at bringing that into kind of the coaching vibe on a more healing level, not just like regular life coaching. I want to really help moms that are struggling with anxiety, depression, or postpartum depression. I want to help them just feel like they can breathe again and not be worried about every little thing. Like, I want to help them find the calm within the chaos, even though there's
Mhm.
chaos every day. Like, you don't get to just make that go away, but I want to help moms learn how to utilize breath work and other tools in a self-care toolkit to be able to live their lives like way easier and just
Oh,
go with the flow.
oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, whenever somebody selects like business and I like to know what it is that you do in order to like
Yeah,
tailor the information to what it is that you're doing and whether it's like
love it.
coaching or I definitely relate to more of the like facilitator or
Yes.
um getting into the healing part because I don't call myself like a coach. I'm more of a human design teacher and reader. So I definitely
Yeah.
relate to that. So
Yeah,
thank
I'm like,
you.
I don't know the right word yet. It's where I'm going.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. And one thing I would do want to share with like manifestors in business is that like you're here to change and shit
Mhm.
like you'll go through phases. The manifestors have what's called a manifestor cycle. And so you'll feel this, it starts with this like urge to create something new. And you'll go into
Yes.
this creative phase where you just want to create and build it. Like you get an idea and you're like, yes, my emotional authority is telling me it's all clear. I have that clarity. I'm going for it. And you'll get into this creative flow. And one thing that happens during this phase is that you don't really like to be interrupted during it.
Yep.
Yeah, something to keep in mind, and this is where that informing strategy comes into play, is minimizing distractions. Yeah, for I'm a man of, even though I'm a manifesting generator, like I have that, like, I hate that interruptions thing too. Like when we're creating, it's no, don't bother me. And so
Right.
that could mean like I know you mentioned like being a mom, but if your kids are old enough, letting them know, okay, don't bother mommy for a certain amount of time. She's doing something, or like letting a spouse know, letting people know, okay, don't bother me, turning your phone on silent when you're
Yes.
going into like a creative phase and just letting people know, okay, don't bother me. Like
Yep.
setting up a distraction free zone for when you are in that creative zone. That's going to really help minimize any anger or frustration
Yeah.
coming up and everything. That is
I
really
love
huge.
that. I've
Yeah.
noticed too on that level, like how I mentioned, I've been on a hiatus with
Yeah.
like social media and working. It's because I am working behind the scenes and I'm like, nope, social's a huge distraction for me.
Mhm.
I can't just do both,
Mhm.
or at least I haven't learned how to yet. And so that's where I'm learning to just, it's okay to step back. It's okay to work behind the scenes and give my little informing bits here and there.
Mhm.
And hey guys, I'm still here. I'm just working.
Yeah, and I personally, I found I'm not a big fan of social media. Like, I'm
Yeah.
in this okay, I go onto Facebook and I do random posts like how we got connected for doing this
Right.
reading where I'm like, I'm looking for this. I'm like, I'm not marketing on Facebook, I'm not on Instagram,
Yeah.
but I have found that there's certain apps that you can or yeah, I do it on my computer. So, like, I've used later.com where I will compose like, I will write a post in, like, a Word document, and then I just post it onto Later, and they have, like, auto publishing if you have a business
Oh,
account, and I
cool.
find that I can still create and people can think that I'm on social media, but I'm not on social media.
I love that.
Yeah, so I play around with those kinds of tools. Like I've used later.com in the past. There's just so many where if Instagram is your thing, you can do that. And I'm also, like I told you before, this is going on YouTube. So I actually started a YouTube channel where I feel like I can create and I'm not sucked in to that
Right. The
distraction
feed.
piece. Yeah. And
Yep.
so I would encourage you like play around with how can I show up or make people think I'm around, but protect yourself from distractions. Like
I
play
love
around with
that.
that kind of thing. Yeah. And then the other thing that can come up with this manifestor cycle, it's like you have this idea you're creating, and it comes a time where the thing that you're creating doesn't fill you up like it used to. And
Yeah.
that's where there could be some resistance to letting things go.
Yeah. Oh my
So,
gosh. I've
yeah,
noticed that in my work history, especially.
yeah,
Like I'll last maybe when I was working before I was a stay at home mom, I would last maybe 1 to 2 years at a
yeah.
single job position. And then I'd get
Mhm.
bored with it. I used
Yep,
to do a ton of multi level marketing, those companies, tons of them because I'd love it, make a bunch of money, then I'd get bored of it. I'd go do
yep.
another one. So yeah, I've definitely seen that pattern show up and it makes sense now. It didn't make sense before. I'm like, I'm never
Mhm.
going to find my thing. I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to.
No, you're not supposed to. Yeah. So just
This is
really
great.
getting comfortable letting things go. Like when it's time, boom, let it go. And there can be a lot of resistance, especially in business, because it can feel like, oh my gosh, I'm rebuilding.
Abandonment. Yeah.
I'm rebuilding from square one. Why am I doing
Yep.
this? But in business, like you're here, like the manifestor in business is here to be like a leader. Like people are going to be drawn to you and you're almost there to go along the journey with them. Like, I
I
know you
love that.
mentioned doing like breath work. It could be in a few years, you're like, oh, wait, I don't like breath work anymore. That's not my tool. That's not my tool anymore. I like Reiki. I'm just thinking of random
Right.
tools. Or
Yeah.
like your
Yep.
people will follow along with you as
I love
you
that.
shift. And so, it's not necessarily burning everything down and starting completely over each time. That can be like that fear that comes up, but really you're here to be that leader that
I love that.
leads people into whatever it is that you're doing. You're here to be like almost the visionary and you're getting like that beacon that people can follow. Oh, well, what's Brittany up to now? Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. I've noticed that in the
Yeah,
past. Looking back
exactly.
now with this lens, it's oh my gosh, that makes perfect sense.
Yes, I love it. And yeah, so just let things go. And oh, but the other thing that you can do to because your energy like comes in spurts. You can also set it up where it's almost like you have a leg of your business that can run without you. Let's say you have a breath work leg or something.
Right.
If you end up teaching breath work, I know you mentioned facilitating, but
Yeah.
maybe you have a teaching program and it could be like you
Gotcha.
have this idea and a way to keep it going without you being in it would be maybe hiring someone to teach it for you. Like you pay them and you get like,
Right. Or
you know,
turning it into like an evergreen course where
yeah,
it's
or it could
a
be an evergreen.
DIY,
Yeah.
self-paced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if you could do that with breath work. I'm
I
personally
have
not a
some
huge fan.
ideas. I have a
Yeah.
creative urge that I'm following on that.
Yeah,
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 I think it's mostly because I am a mom. I have a 3-year-old now and a 5.5-year-old, and
okay.
I have gotten used to doing things self-paced because of my little bits of time windows that I have
Mhm.
to myself. Once those kids are up, until they go to bed, I'm mom, and
Yep.
I that's my job. That's my main job. And so it's the before they wake up, it's the nap time window, it's the after they go to bed window where I'm like, okay, this is my time to work on
Mhm.
me and to get things done. And not everyone's available to be my facilitator or my therapist or whatever it is in that little bitty window that is also changing from day to day. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to be able to provide something so that moms can do this when they do have 20 minutes to themselves or an hour to themselves. So that's where this latest creative urge is coming from.
Beautiful. Yes. And like you're the expert in your modality, not me. So I just share things. But yeah, like playing around with it and having it be like thinking bigger term because there's a chance that you're not necessarily going to feel the same like creative urge like that you are right now. So thinking like
Yeah.
bigger picture, okay, how can this be sustainable when I'm no longer in that like creative cycle of this anymore? Yeah, and so thinking about it that way. And again, so you let things go and then you go through a period of like rest and reflection, and that's a little bit that could be like what your hiatus is. It's okay, I'm reflecting, there's this new idea coming, and then at some point you'll know when you're ready. It'll with that with your emotional authority, it'll just feel clear. Like you'll just
Yeah.
all of a sudden you'll just know, okay, I'm clear enough, like I'm ready, this is what's happening, this is
Yeah.
where we're gonna go with this. So yeah, I wanted to
You've just
definitely.
described my summer
Yeah.
and into fall. The
Yes.
resting hiatus, the
Mhm.
resting period, and then that reflection, and then that new like creative urge and that clarity.
Yeah.
That's been my last couple months.
I love it. Yes.
This is trippy.
Yeah, and the cycles can there's not like a set length of time that they are. You'll just know as you
Oh,
go
okay.
through it. It could be like over a year's period, it could be a couple years. Like I know you mentioned with jobs it a year or 2. I had that
Yeah.
phase too, and I played around with that, just trying to make things comfortable, but yeah, it's something
Yeah.
just to keep in mind as you're running your business. How can this be, like, sustainable? Because you want a profitable business, you want
Right.
to be, like, making money and not losing money, so keeping
Yeah.
some of these things in mind as you're creating,
I love that.
which I know because I think we're both in Coralyn's,
Yeah, the
right? Yeah,
design to scale.
Design to Scale. I was like, I'm in Money and
Yeah.
Momentum and that one. I was like, which
Yes. Yeah, I've
one again?
I've done both.
Yeah, she's really great.
Fantastic.
Like all the tools. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So like following those strategies
Yeah.
gonna be unhelpful.
And
It's
being
just
able to do that in an aligned way that fits
mhm.
me. That's the
Yes.
coolest part about it. And I'm just like, okay, I need to do more with my human design to kind of plan better.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you're if you're in a creative burst right now and in terms of creating this new direction for your business, you are going to have a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with that, give yourself permission to rest and
Yes.
maybe not show up as much or not work as hard because it's like that it's almost like a feast or famine kind of energy with manifestors, and burnout can happen if you're pushing yourself a little bit too hard in this I'm excited, I'm creating
Yeah.
energy, and then it can lead to burnout. So just really keep in mind um looking at the bigger picture with your energy. That's really important to look at too, and just to make sure that you're not like burning yourself out and crashing.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah. That's good
sounds
to keep in
like
mind.
you're okay, but yeah,
So
something
far.
to keep in mind, especially as a mom. I'm not, but I am a proud aunt and I'm really close with my family. They're all in the same area. So I see it with my siblings. So
Yeah.
I'm the observer and talk to them and okay, really make sure. Sometimes it's like the slow and steady wins the race in terms
Yep.
of the energy.
Firm believer in that one.
Yes,
Oh,
awesome.
yes.
Awesome, awesome. The other thing that I see with your chart, which I love, like you have two channels that connect your ajna. This is the second one here to your throat.
Mhm.
And the ajna is where you're getting it's the mental processing center. So this is where you're forming opinions, beliefs, perspectives, and everything. And then your throat is your voice. So you do have the like you do really get like these really incredible insights. This is also from your defined head up here, which only 29% of the collective has a defined head. I also do. So you are here to get like original ideas. Like you're
Makes
with the
sense.
defined head. Yeah, you get like original ideas. You
Wow.
have them and and then having that direct connection. I'm like talking with my hands and I'm like, wait, demonstrate on the screen. The direct connection to your throat, like you're able to express them and share them. But
And is that
specifically
the
that
1222?
this is the 1222 is your emotional center right here,
Oh, okay.
connecting to your throat. This is all up here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I see where
I
you're
know my
looking.
mouse is like white and the background is white, so it's a little bit harder to see.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, specifically you have this 2343, which is like the Freak to Genius channel. And I love this channel. I only have half of it, but what is really cool is that you have ideas that are ahead of their time and
Ooh.
you can share them. And so the reason why it's like
Ah, I have chills.
the freak to genius is if you're sharing at the incorrect time, people may think you're like a weirdo. But
Yeah, I've
when you
gotten
have
that before.
yeah, but when you have the correct audience, they're like, oh my gosh, you're a genius.
Wow. Oh my
And
gosh, I am covered in chills right now.
yeah, I love it. Yeah. And with this channel, the thing to keep in mind is and the way that you know that it's the correct time is when you're it's a projected channel, which because all the channels have a type, which is just it's a little advanced, but with projected channels, the ideas are the correct time to share them is when they're invited in. When you're yeah, when there's an invitation or if you're asking somebody like, "Hey, is it okay if I share this?" I think we first connected through Lauren Eliz Love.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, you're
really
right.
she's really great at asking that question. Like she always says, "Hey, can I share something with you?"
Yeah.
When it comes to some of your ideas, asking that question and being like unattached to that outcome and almost like sitting back and waiting until you feel like the energy is like at the correct time. Oh, people are ready to hear this now.
Yes.
Like using the example of breath work, like going to, I don't know, like a Christian church and saying, "Hey, you guys, you want to try some breath work?" Like, that's probably not the correct audience. And people are going to be like,
No.
"You're
What are you
kind of
talking about?
weird." But if you're if you, we're both in design to scale, like if you set to design to scale, hey, go to
Yes.
Corlin and say, "Hey, you know what? Can I share some breath work? Can I do like a bonus and share some breath work?" Like she's more likely going to be receptive to that, be like, "Oh my gosh, that might
Gotcha.
be a really genius idea." Like making
Gotcha.
like the energy is correct because people may not
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, I want you to share," but you can offer something if it's in the correct like if it feels
Right.
right. You can play around with energy a little bit.
That is so cool.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's that freak to genius
Yes.
line, the 23 to 43 you said?
Yes, like you have
Cool.
these incredible like insights and can get these like really amazing ideas that are ahead of their time. And it's just a matter of when is the correct time to share it. And it's a more energetic invitation. And so when you feel like it's the correct time, or you can ask too, or if people are asking you, if they're saying, maybe you have moms that are coming to you and saying, I really need help, I really need help managing my time, like I'm so exhausted and I'm so stressed
Yes.
out with my kids, and I'm feeling so angry, I'm feeling so stressed. And then you're like, oh wait, I have this tool, like
Yep.
I use breath work. And here's a really short breath, like you can do breath work in 5 minutes.
Yep. That
And
is actually one of the biggest things that moms come to me with
yeah,
is how do you do it all? And I'm like, oh, well, let me teach you
yes.
because it is possible.
Yeah. So that would be an example of an invitation. Like people are
Yeah.
coming to you and asking you for something and you have this idea to share with them.
Yes.
That would be like an example of a correct time to share.
Love that.
Yeah. And yeah, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful energy. With that though, with the defined head and defined ashna, there can be a little bit of stubbornness, like seeing things one way and not necessarily always being open-minded. Just something to keep in mind is to know that like people do have other opinions, other perspectives, and you may not see it, but that's okay. Just knowing that it's there and being able to communicate with people is really important because I also have the defined head, defined ajna, and sometimes I'm like just like if I'm in a disagreement with somebody, I'm like, I just can't see it your way, but I recognize that there is one. And
Yeah.
not necessarily putting a huge focus on it, like, because at a certain time, it's just this agree to disagree kind of energy and like
Yeah.
letting it go. Just something to keep in mind, especially with sometimes with business, like if we are having a conversation in the DMs or even like in person or however it is in the comments, and someone to like if there's like a differing in perspective,
Yeah.
at a certain point, there's a time to just, okay, I can't see it their
Let
way.
it
They're not
go.
going to see. Let it go.
Oh,
Don't get caught up in all of that. So
yep.
just something to keep in mind.
That's good to know too. I feel like
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot better of that thanks to the pandemic and
Yeah.
a lot of people's true colors coming out. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm going to learn to start letting some things go. I have my beliefs, you have yours, and that's okay. Like everyone gets to believe what they want to believe.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And these things come up in personal life and business and
Mhm.
everything. And it could, yeah, it could come up in like in relationships too.
Yeah.
That's where I started to see it the most. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
let me okay, this and like knowing this about me like really helped in terms of having things be smoother in like in my relationships, like romantic or friendships, family, like
I love
everything,
that.
because I recognize, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not going to see it their way and that's okay. Do you have any questions for me about your chart?
I don't really understand like all the stuff on the left and the right and like the arrows at the top. Yeah, like the
Okay, like
yellow
all the
column and the
numbers.
blue column. Yeah, and
Yeah.
like all the little symbols. Is that astrology stuff or
Yes. Yes. So essentially, looking at your chart, this side, this is the personality. This is just a chart in my branded colors. You'll see like personality, which is your conscious. This is going to be black. And then a lot of the times, this design side, it's your unconscious and it'll be in red, just so you know. If you see it somewhere else, like what's
got
going on?
it?
But it'll say like personality or design. The symbols here, those are the glyphs. They represent the astrology
So it
parts.
okay, so it is.
Yeah. And then the
Cool.
numbers, those are the gates. And then the number after the decimal, I know it's hard to see. They're
Yeah.
the lines. For example, you have this is your sun, your personality sun. That's gate
Ah,
6 and then line 2. And
oh,
the lines form your or the sun and then this is earth. Those lines form your profile. They pull those out separate. And your profile
got it.
is it's almost like your personality a little
That's
bit
the
because
2-4 part,
yeah,
right?
the 2-4. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Have you ever looked at your profile before?
A little bit. I think 2 is 2 the hermit and
Yeah.
4 is like the opportunist or
Yeah.
something like that. And
Yes.
then I also saw there's a couple other like variations of that, but they're all kind of about the same. That's about all
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Sometimes people use like different words because the human design original language, like hermit, it's like
Mhm.
kind of negative. And then some of the other words that they use, like mine is like role model martyr. And I'm like, yeah, great. I'm a
Oh,
martyr.
wow, lovely.
Yeah. So it's okay. But that too, part of your profile, that's you have this natural ability. You have this like natural ability to do things like you have natural talents. Like people may be coming to you and saying, like, how did you do that? And you're like, I don't know, I
Yep.
just did it. That's that.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
and it does have a little bit of hermit energy, like you do. Like the 2-4 profile, it's like an extra extrovert introvert hybrid. I'll go to the 4 and you'll understand, but that
That is
hermit is like
so
that
me.
introvert energy. Like you need to go within sometimes and just be by yourself to re-energize. But the
Yep.
4 part, the opportunist, this number is it's basically the first one where you're bringing everything, like, outside of you. It's an extroverted energy, like,
Ah,
people you like, there is this, "Okay, I like to be around people," like, networking is, like,
yeah.
a theme with that 4, and that's why it's, like, an introverted extrovert. And the
Wow.
2-4, it's almost like an influencer type kind of profile. Um, if you follow, like, Manifestation Babe, she has a 2-4
Mhm.
profile, and people are always, like, they're into, like, they're drawn to, like, what she uses. She almost has an influencer kinda
Yes.
energy. They want her lifestyle, and, like, people are drawn to her lifestyle,
Yeah.
to the products she uses. You have some of that, like, energy too. If you
Yeah.
share something with someone, they're more likely they're gonna be, like, curious, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like, "How d" it's what
Oh
you
my
said
gosh, that's
before,
so weird.
what you said before, like, "How do you do it all?" And you're like, "Oh."
Yes.
And so that's,
Funny
like,
that
the
you bring
energy of
her up.
that too.
She was my very first introduction to this whole world. She was like
Same
my
here.
first mentor. That's how I met Lauren Eliz.
Yep.
That's like how my journey started. And wow,
Yeah.
more goosebumps head to toe.
Yeah, she was the first Manifestation Babe was the
Wow.
first course I took in, like, 2018, like, 4 years ago, pretty much exactly.
Yeah.
But I learned about her through Lauren because I think they had
Oh, opposite.
collaborated.
Yep.
Yeah, but I never bought
That's cool.
anything from Lauren. I think a friend of mine did, and it was like this weird domino thing. And then
Yeah.
here
Yep.
I am.
Knock them
Um,
all down. Good for
yes,
you. That's amazing.
yeah. So yeah, that's that profile part. And then these arrows
Got it.
here, those are the variables. It's a whole thing, like, but they represent, like, this one here represents your digestion, and this is about how your body digests, like, food and information. It's like how your,
Hmm.
like, brain processes everything. And since this is facing towards
Oh,
the left, it's a left facing arrow. This is about being like, you have an active brain, and so do I. You
okay.
probably like to eat on a somewhat regular schedule or eating pretty consistently
Yep.
throughout the day versus one, like, huge meal and then be okay with not
Yeah.
eating for a while. And also in terms of learning at a steady
Wow.
pace, being, like,
Yes.
active in the learning process instead
Oh
of
my
feast
gosh.
or famine kind of thing. Yeah, you probably wouldn't do well with, like, intermittent fasting or anything like that.
Nope. I don't do
No,
well with it at all.
I can't do it. I'm like, nope,
I
nope,
tried
nope.
it and I'm like, nope, that doesn't work for me.
No, so eating very,
Wha
very consistently is going to be, like, very important for you. And then this one here, this is your environment arrow, and it it's facing towards the right. And so with that, this is about you to switch up your environment, like where you like to be, where you work and stuff. I also have a right facing environment, and I get, like, it doesn't feel good to me if my environment stays the same. So it's like sometimes
Yes.
most of the time I am at this desk, but I do, so like, I will go to a coffee shop or a library because I work at a library and work and stuff, and just to change
The
my,
scenery.
yeah, just to change the
Yeah.
scenery.
Cool.
Yeah, there are some deeper elements with these numbers, but I don't
Oh, of
know
course.
I don't know
Of
all of that
course.
information, but it goes so interesting. And then this arrow here, this is your awareness. And it's most people talk about it in terms of motivation. And that's like the information where I learned it initially from somebody. and then it wasn't like completely correct. And so this one I'm like,
Oh,
I don't
no.
quite remember. But I will,
That's
what I'll
okay.
do is I have a reference document with the correct information. I'll send that over.
Oh,
I'll send it
cool. Thank
separately.
you.
Don't worry. It's really
Thank
quick, but
you.
I'm like, I don't want to. I could look it up
Yeah.
right now, but yeah. But I will talk about like this arrow here, this bottom one. This is your perspective. And so this is
Okay.
how you see the world. And this is where, if you've heard of like specific versus non-specific manifestation,
Yes,
that
but I
is
don't
like a,
understand it.
yeah, it is like a separate interpretation. But
Okay.
again, so you have this facing left. Okay. I get left. I have to like think of which hand do I write with? It's facing towards the left. So you see you have a, it's very like strategic. And
That makes sense.
I don't like the word detailed, but you're very like focused in your perspective. And you'll, in terms, and so it, the term is specific manifesting.
That's
So
what
you'll,
mine's specific.
yeah, specific.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so this is just about what you want. You tend to, you'll
that's
like
true.
focusing on the details that you notice and like what matter to you
Yep,
in terms of manifesting. Whereas the other one, non-specific, it's about like, the feelings and
got it.
like the bit, like it's a more peripheral, like big
Yeah,
picture view. And so,
that really makes sense with our recent home buying
yeah,
experience. I'm like, I want this, and
yes,
our realtor nailed it. Absolutely
yes,
nailed it. I'm like,
yeah.
wow, that house exists, and we
Yes,
bought it.
exactly. Yes. And it's, you know what you want and listing everything that you want. And it's, that's why I say it's like what things that matter to you. Cause like certain things for me, I'm also specific with a house. I'm like, oh, I don't care. There's so many things. I'm like, oh, I don't
Yeah,
care about that. I don't care about that. But then other people do. So it's really
yeah,
about the things that you're focusing on. And like you can be very focused in what
that is so.
yeah, I'm like, it's just information. It's not anything like
Yeah,
super, super important. But yeah.
it's just cool how it all ties together, though. And then also knowing it's not me being picky or high maintenance, it's that
No.
I know what I want and I know what I like.
Yeah,
And there's nothing
exactly.
wrong with that.
No.
Or, like you said, the environment, being able to switch it up. And it's why can't I just stay in one spot? I'm not really supposed to. I'm not wired that way.
No.
Like, it's
Exactly.
cool that
So
it all makes sense now.
yeah, and you get to play around with it. Give yourself permission to switch it up. Like maybe you want to work in the kitchen one day, or maybe you have a separate room to work in, or maybe you,
I have 3 rooms that I rotate between.
yeah, or you have three rooms that you rotate between. I don't know what everybody's home environment is. So I'm like, oh, well,
Yep.
everybody's got a kitchen or like some
Yeah,
kind of table where they eat at. We'll bring that up. But yeah, that's really how that works. So giving yourself
that's
that
cool.
permission to do all of that. Do you have any other final questions?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I really like that you went into those arrows for me as
Yeah.
well as the profile, like a little
Yeah.
bit deeper, because I
Yeah.
feel like I have a better idea now of like more in depth. I feel like I have
Yeah.
more knowledge of that. And that's really cool.
Yeah, and, if you, so I mostly do sessions like this for the podcast and the YouTube
That's so
channel
cool.
and everything, but
Yeah.
if you wanted to dive deeper, I do create written reports that break down, like, all of the gates and everything like that,
Oh, cool.
in one thing. I can send you the information. It's $75 that I do for that, and I also have a membership where I go live in there, twice a month. Once is a masterclass, once is like a, either like a reading or Q&A call. So
Oh,
I
how
will
cool.
you, so if that's another option, if you're like, oh, I want to go deeper, like those are a couple
Nice.
different options that I have available.
That's
When I
great
send
to
you the
know.
recording, I'll
Okay,
link
cool.
those for you.
That'll all be in there. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Let me,
I love that.
yeah.